Hey guys, welcome to this special New Year's edition of The Vibe on CGTN. I'm Julian Watkins.
And hello everyone, I'm Louisa Lee. Happy to have all of you joining us on this last day of 2021.
And we're also thrilled to be joined by our old friends as well as new friends here today as we disco into 2022.
This is so exciting, Julian. This is The Vibe's first New Year celebration, and it's also our first time for the two of us coming to our viewers out here on location.
We just heard from the band Fool and Idiot in the opening act, and we're also going to be talking to the lead vocalist Eric Tai.
Also tonight, musician Daniel Truman, Echo Contemporary Ensemble, and Taylor Shop will also be joining us as we usher the new year with all of you.
Now, last year, coronavirus was the most searched word in the world. Guess what search topped coronavirus in 2021?
Julian, I got this one down. Netflix, Squid Game. Right?
Well, you have to remind me to watch that. Close, but it was actually coronavirus vaccine. We've been stabbed, we've been jabbed, we've self-isolated, we've quarantined, but the best way to protect ourselves is, of course, be happy and keep a positive state of mind.
Absolutely, and that is how we intend to mark the last day of 2021 and ringing the fabulous, exciting 2022. Oh, I just can't wait, Julian.
Then I'm thrilled to introduce the Vibes version of the Booster Shot, an evening of nothing but music to your ears that will send you to Cloud 9 for the rest of 2022. Joining us right now is vocalist Eric Tai of Fool and Idiot. The last job of my 2021 was in the form of music. Why didn't I think of it earlier, right? Oh Why, by the way, is the name of the song that you just performed. It's part of a new album called Year of Fate. What does fate have to do with it?
We've been experiencing a lot of things the last 2 years, a lot of experience, and also the pandemic. So I think that Fool and Idiot is changing, and or we could call it is growing. We launched our new album, our second album, Year of Fate, this year. Our audience, or not just only our audience, may notice that our music genre changed a lot, but the meaning of music and how we make music to change a lot to us. So except for the music genre, I think that we are just growing to try to strike a balance our career and our daily lives and try to become better.
And your band has made a break in the show, The Big Band, a few years back. How would you describe your band today?
I think that when Idiot want to be more sophisticated, more musical, and not too contextualized compared to our first album, 510 AM. It doesn't mean that the lyrics is not important, but we want to change, and we want to strike a balance.
Tell us what else we can all work on for 2022.
Oh, you know, actually we have a tour recently, and it's just January 1 in Chengdu, so I hope that maybe some friends can take their relatives, their families, their friends to enjoy our show together on January 1, 2022.
Thank you very much, Eric.
Thank you, Eric. And you know, Julian, looking back at 2021, I'm surprised that we actually had so much fun together. What would be the most memorable moment for you this year?
Well, that's a hard one. I'd say I've had an NPS, a near paradise experience. I went to this bookstore called the Mofan Shiji Bookstore, and it was an old Episcopal church that was converted into a bookstore. And as you know, I grew up in a library, and so the smell of dusty books, all the old furniture, and all of these antiques just really brings me back to my childhood. And inside this bookstore, I saw this stained glass window that was almost exactly the same as the one that I had in my childhood home. And as soon as I walked in, the sun beamed through the stained glass window, and I was enveloped in this warm light, and I was like, am I dead? Plus, I saw a copy of T.S. Eliot inside the bookstore. I also found a letter written by Victor Hugo. I also found this copy of Chinese Nobel laureate Mo Yan's Da Feng in this beautiful traditional Chinese binding. So it was just unbelievable. It was exactly like what Johannes Louis Borges said. I've always imagined paradise to be some kind of a library. Now that was my near.
And throughout this time, of course, because we weren't able to travel, I really had the chance to explore Beijing to the core. I signed up to all the exciting events that you can think of, from wake surfing to hitting the racetracks, to cooking up a storm with chefs in the kitchen.
I think we all agree that we're very grateful to have this job that allows us to go out there and experience so many different things in life that people normally wouldn't be able to. I've also been very lucky to go and take part in the annual Wuzhen Theater Festival each year, set in this beautiful ancient water town. It's really extraordinary to see the festival grow and to see our show grow with the festival. Now this year the festival thankfully resumed after a year of hiatus, and you could tell from the turnout that people were eager to get out and get back to normality. And everywhere you go, people were performing, they were singing and dancing in the streets. And remember, we had Chinese opera singer Tian Haojiang sing a cappella on our show live in Wuzhen. It was completely spontaneous and unexpected. I think Wuzhen is really as much a window to all the colors, shapes, and sizes of life as it is a window for the world to see China. That is China coming from this long and beautiful tradition, and China at its most youthful and unexpected. And here are some moments from this year's Wuzhen Theater Festival.
Hey guys, welcome to The Vibe on CGTN. I'm Julian Wagan.
And I'm Sun Siqi. We're here to bring you the 8th edition of Wuzhen Theater Festival.
What is the cavalry of China?
When we founded the festival, the dream was to create a window where the world could see China and China could see the world through the lens of theater.
We hope such a festival will allow the world to see the culture, the self-confidence, the goodwill, and the beauty of Chinese.
We care about our community. We want to change the society in a better way, so through our art.
O sole mio, più belle.
I was just lost for words when I heard those guys play. Speaking of music that goes straight to your heart, that was brought to us by the award-winning band Echo Contemporary Ensemble from the China Conservatory of Music. Welcome, Yushan.
Thank you.
Welcome to the Vibe. That was amazing, right?
That was absolutely
incredible.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And to help us, liven up and brighten the day, give us 3 words that you hope to describe the year ahead in 2022.
Okay, 3 words. One word is hope, 希望, and health, 健康, and peace, 和平.
And why those 3 words? Can you elaborate a little bit?
健康是因为现在是全球有疫情嘛，所以呢，希望大家能够在明年是健健康康，不要染上疾病。然后和平，就是希望大家在地球这个家园和平相处，也不要战乱。然后还有一个就是希望，希望就是希望明年越来越好，大家事业蒸蒸日上。
He has such a selfless dream, a selfless wish.
Very, very positive.
Right. Well, how about you, Julian? How would you describe, your new year going forward?
I would say DCT, dreams come true.
Wow. Okay. Good positivity all around. I'm taking your 3 selfless dreams and your dream come true. I'm stuffing in my pocket. I'm going to take it to 2022. In recent years, we have seen a rise of the so-called China chic trend, which can be simply translated as Chinese design products, as it reflects the country's traditional culture. The young generation in China have grown up in an era of constant progress, newness, and innovation, yet they're also seeking for a sense of authentic identity and self-expressionism.
That's right. China Chic is an outlet for them, but it's also helping them reconnect with their roots. If you pay attention to the streets, you'll notice that Hanfu wearing movement is more alive than ever before, and traditional Chinese culture is made cooler than ever. Take a look.
Hello, 大家好，我是国风手艺人艳红。因为我平时爱用铜片来制作头饰，恰巧那一次铜片就没有了。吃饭的时候，我就无意之间看到墙角呢有易拉罐，就想着能不能用易拉罐来代替铜片。
食材它其实是没有国界的。在这个糖里面，我可以任意的把我想要的元素输入进去，然后把它变成我们自己中国的翻糖。
它在水下呈现出那样一种非常柔和柔美的这样一种，像服装的这样一种呈现，是一些动画都做不出来的那样一种效果。
I think this is definitely my favorite dress of the year. I like the fact that it has this traditional Changshan color to it, but the cut over here and the patterns is definitely modern.
民族舞是那种很悠扬、很柔美的那种感觉，但是街舞的话，它可能就是它的卡点、它的力度，就完全和中国舞是完全不一样，截然不同的舞种。碰撞到一起会有一种矛盾感，矛盾美，我是这样觉得。
Boy, I love that. Beauty in conflict. It's always such a breath of fresh air to see traditional sounds collide with young mindsets and to see how the young people today pass on their legacy of traditional music with their point of view.
Exactly, and without further ado, let's have the Echo Contemporary Ensemble spice up our show furthermore with another tune.
hours away before the ball drops for the New Year 2022, but we're also counting down to another momentous event, the Beijing Winter Olympics, that's going to turn China into a world stage of sports again. And here at CGTN, in true Olympian spirit, we've challenged 4 musicians to compose a Winter Olympic theme song together. We have Asura, who does an incredible job bringing the sounds of modern core and elements of winter, and Mikko Liu Wei with these awesome electronic vibes. They're joined by Dr. Victor from Iceland and Carlo Ficini from Italy. It's not easy harmonizing music and cultures from such different, cultures.
Yeah, I can just imagine, but they make it sound so organic. The music voyage is consisted of 4 parts, with each musician making a minute of it, and it's like a relay. They pass it down to the next musician, where they'll pick up from where the previous one left off. From electronic to classical music, from traditional tunes, a Mongolian horsehead fiddle, to the sounds of drums, it's a feast of musical beats and styles.
Why don't we have a theme song like that
we
on
should
the
have
Vibe,
one like that.
Right? Anyhow, let's chime in on the sounds of the Beijing Winter Olympics.
The race is on to complete CGTN's Winter Olympics musical relay. 4 music producers from around the world have taken up the challenge.
特色的这个声音想展现给全世界。
尤其是第2棒，这个承上启下的这个工作是特别的重要。
They have 4 weeks to break musical barriers together, despite being thousands of miles apart.
So I think this idea from CGTN, combining all these artists from around the world for a special song for the Winter Olympics in Beijing 2022 is an amazing idea.
The last baton pass is for me. I'll take it.
A series of mini documentaries puts the composers in the spotlight as they attempt to make an Olympic anthem in a relay format. Taking you behind the scenes, tracking their creative journey.
采雪的声音，会把这个声音想加入到我的音乐里。
我觉得他开了一个非常好的一个引子，可以让我接着他的思路能往后发展。
Coming from Iceland, we have a lot of different elements, and the nature here is really amazing. We have snow, northern lights, and even volcanoes. So I tried in my baton and my part to combine all these elements in combination with the first and second baton to create something unique, and I hope you like it.
An exciting new way for music from East and West to meet and mix. Interpret the spirit of the Olympics through music. A musical relay for the Winter Olympics, only on CGTN.
音乐冬奥，我们在 CGTN 等你进去。
We're now joined by Ludi of the incredible band Taylor Shop. They caused a sensation this year on the variety talent show in China for giving traditional Chinese instruments such as the pipa and the guqin modern interpretations. Ludi, welcome to our show.
你好，老师好。Welcome to the Vibes.
You know, when I was listening to your music, to your band, I could just imagine my great-grandma rocking to your music on her rocking chair. Tell us, how did you come up with this idea of rocking to the guqin and the pipa?
就是把它们本身的属性先放下，然后把它们当做一个声音，然后和我成长的经历以及我看到和我思考的文化，把它放在一起，然后就变成了这个样子。
Ludi, like you talk about these nostalgic sounds. Did you grow up with these sounds with your grandparents, like you mentioned, or with your parents?
这些声音是我们不管是主动或者是被动，这些声音一直就在我们身边，所以说它应该是比较熟悉的声音。
Got such a knack for discovering music everywhere around us. Thank you very much, Ludi.
Thank you.
谢谢。
Well, I love the fact that today people can celebrate the old and the new, whether it's through creativity and fusion in music or in fashion arts.
It's really what our show, The Vibe, is all about.
And I was so pleasantly surprised, Louise, that to see Facebook friend requests from people all over the world, from viewers in Colombia, Indonesia, from Japan, South Africa, and places that I like to go and visit myself. There's such an overwhelming interest in what's happening in China right now. And this year, being hard to travel for everyone, instead, we decided to travel in Beijing's backyard to talk to ambassadors to China from different places around the world. I want to show you some of their impressions of China and the places that they want to visit. Take a listen.
It was in Gansu province, the Dongguan, the grotto, the caves, the Buddhist caves, they are beautiful. I also liked, for example, very much in Yunnan province. I went to Dali, Lijiang, Shangri-La, which are marvelous. A few weeks ago I went to Guilin in the south, beautiful place also.
Have a very beautiful residence here.
Okay, thank you so much. My favorite season in China is spring and fall.
What are some of the most memorable places you visited in China?
Of course, Great Wall. When I arrive here, you have to go and see Great Wall, Forbidden City. So that's one of the must if you are here in Beijing, and
yes.
Of course, Temple of Heaven. But one of the memorable is for me is to visit Chengdu and see panda.
China is a very big country, very diverse, very beautiful. Every place has its own charm, its own history. Been to Xinjiang. I've been to Shanghai, I've been to South and Guangxi. Recently, when I went to Guangxi, I took 2 days off to go and see Guilin.
Okay.
Those beautiful mountains and those rivers. So I really admired and appreciated the very unique landscape.
Well, you might have heard of the Thousand Hand Guanyin, right?
Yes. I saw this beautiful performance of the Thousand Hand Guanyin on the CCTV Spring Festival Gala, and it was incredible.
Well, not to top the CCTV Spring Festival Gala, but our next band, Taylor Shop, will bring you the title song from their album, Thousand Faces. Let's give it up for Taylor Shop. Louisa, does it ever happen to you that music makes you ravenous?
Julian, trust me, I think about food all the time, 24/7, especially anything that's fried or steamed in baskets like dim sum.
Oh, I love dim sum too. The great thing about Beijing is that you can find food from any cities from around China and even from around the world, really. Ever since we started our new show, I've been following and checking out the restaurants on our show.
And I also know that you have somehow made your way into a famed chef's kitchen.
Boy, that was a treat. I was really astonished by Chef Jack Ouyang's food at the Hometown Palace. I asked him to create a few dishes inspired by the painting, Monet's painting Luncheon on the Grass. And when Jack came up with was amazing. He had these Peking duck wrapped in crepes that had been steamed on a jasmine tea bath. And he also made this tuna sashimi that imitated the flashy naked lady in the painting. And he had live ants crawling on the dessert, speaking of taboos for the taste bud. But my favorite was his soup bun served on a statue, which was literally like a tango on your tongue. And this is getting my appetite worked up already. Next, let's take a look at some of the other gastronomic delights from our show in 2021.
This is Flavors of Beijing, a food crawl exploring the international cuisines bewitching local and expat foodies in China's capital. My name is Lin Lin, and I'm a foodie at heart.
The ingredients that we use are very Southeast Asian.
This is really good. It's crispy outside but soft inside. So this is the iconic stuff in your restaurant.
Yeah.
Look at these. I'll start with the satay beef. I wish you guys could smell all the spices right now. It's so good.
What a beautiful sunset on a Tuesday afternoon. Locked down in my hotel room, thinking about you. Got a view of the city and reminds me of the times in our better lives. I was doing right with you. My baby say that I ain't got a clue about the universe that I'm flying to. And she says, baby, I don't think you're ready. Putting all the pressure on you. So come home, baby, let your head down now. Once more, baby, let your head down. I know, baby, let your head down. Baby, let your head down for me. What a beautiful sunset on a Tuesday afternoon. Touchdown in the city, and it's way too good to be true. And she says, baby, I don't think you're ready. Getting all the pressure, putting all the pressure on you. So come home, baby, let your head down. Once more, baby, let your head down. I know, baby, let your head down. Baby, let your head down. It's been a minute, seems like a year without you here. Rest your right, close your eyes, and let your head down for me. What a beautiful sunset on a Monday afternoon. Touchdown in the city, and it's way too good to be true. So come home, baby. let your hair down, let your hair down. Oh, baby, let your hair down, let your hair down. Baby, let your hair down for me, baby.
And that was Let Your Hair Down by Daniel Truman, a New Zealand musician who has been performing here in Beijing for 4 years and counting. Daniel, you have graced many venues, from the hotel you're based in, from Great Wall events to other music events as well. People say adversity sparks creativity. What are your thoughts about that? I know you created that song during quarantine here in China.
Yeah, so my inspiration really came from being in a confined space, I guess, especially over quarantine coming back into China. So I find a lot of creativity when I'm alone. And I guess in that time you kind of express more of your inner feelings and you really dig deep inside yourself to find those hidden reserves of information. So it makes songwriting a lot more fun, a lot more emotional, and quite an experience.
Describe to us what this moment feels like for you as we cross over into 2022.
I think 2022 is going to bring a lot of opportunities. I'm really excited. I've got a lot of energy temped up to go, so I'm looking forward to it.
And me too. Thank you so much, Daniel, for putting an end to probably one of the happiest days of 2021 for us. Yes. Thank you so much, Daniel. So glad to be joined by friends old and new from near and far on this last day of 2021. We both love to travel, but the pandemic has really shut the door on all of us these past 2 years.
That is so true. However, we managed to still tell inspiring stories and pass on the positivity of the world through our show.
It's really a kind of global perspective on things, isn't it? And really beautiful in terms of doing this for the Olympics. It's kind of coming together of peoples from the world.
Today we're in Gugulet, one of Cape Town's townships, and we're here to find out everything there is about Peninsula dance.
Of mega department stores, I've arrived at an unusually old building. I feel like I could bathe in it and smell great for a week. That's how I feel. They've just told me that this is 6,000 yen, which is just under $60 just for one.
Vienna Modern Music Festival this year is a celebration of life. Its motto, do what you want.
Unique shoe is handmade, cut and sewn from rawhide leather, and now they've become even more trendy and fashionable.
Having seen so many marvelous stories that we're able to put out there this year on the show, I truly feel complete and content. I just hope that we will all stand together to overcome this pandemic and to let it awaken us to see our world from a different perspective and to fully appreciate the love and the power behind each dish, each piece of art, each song and dance, and the music inside of all of us.
Well said, Julian. So let's carry on that positivity and that blissful and happy vibe into the new year. Here, I want to thank our entire team for throwing such a big party for our viewers on this New Year's Eve, and thank you all the musicians for providing the great tunes and upbeat energy.
And for all of you out there from different parts of the world, the party has just started. Have a happy New Year, and we'll see you all in 2022. Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy New Year from the above. We are singing, we are dancing, Happy New Year to you all. Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy New Year from the light. We are singing, we are dancing, Happy New Year to you all. Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy New Year from the light. We are singing, we are dancing, Happy New Year to you all.